Hello and welcome to Fernbank Science Center's The Sky This Week for January 17th through 23rd, 2021. My name is April Whitt, one of the astronomers at Fernbank. This week we have a first quarter moon, maybe a glimpse of the tiny planet that's closest to the sun, and a good pass for the International Space Station for those of us in the Atlanta area. Start with that. Monday evening, January 18th, just before 7 p.m., toward the southwest part of the sky is where the good stuff's going to be happening. If you can find the directions when you're outside, think about where the sun went down. Put your right shoulder toward that direction, and you'll be facing the south and southwest part of the sky. Monday evening, the moon is a waxing crescent, little fingernail in the sky. Should be a little bit about maybe halfway up in the western part of the sky. Higher up on the sky is the planet Mars. It will appear as a bright, maybe pinkish dot. Not as bright as it was a few months ago. We're moving away from it in space, but it's still pretty bright over there toward that part of the sky. And at 6:49 p.m. on Monday the 18th, the International Space Station appears to rise out of the southwest part of the sky. It will look like a really bright dot moving really quickly across the sky. The space station moves much faster across the sky than an airplane. And on this pass, it gets really high, nearly at the very top of the sky. 5 minutes later, the space station disappears into the northeast part of the sky, so keep an eye out for the space station on Monday the 18th. Wednesday the 20th, we get a first quarter moon near the planet Mars and a little glimpse of the planet Mercury maybe. Mars, again, pinkish and high up on the sky. The planet Mercury, the planet closest to the sun, just barely visible in the western horizon, just as the sun is going down. That first quarter moon, on Wednesday the 20th, the moon will have moved 1/4 of the way along its orbit, hence its name, first quarter moon, and the light is on the right-hand side. If you watch the moon here in the northern hemisphere, if the light is on the right, the moon is waxing. It'll be fatter every night thereafter till full moon. On the 22nd at 8 p.m., the moon will look even fatter. A waxing gibbous moon will have moved past the planet Mars and be heading toward the stars of the constellation of Taurus the Bull. Long horns, V-shaped face, long horn on this side. There's a bright star on the tip of the V shape, the star Aldebaran. It's the eye of Taurus the Bull. Finding where the bull is on the sky, use our sky markers, our bright stars for the wintertime. The constellation of Orion the Hunter, 2 bright stars for shoulders, 3 stars in a row for a belt, hunting knife on one side, a couple of little stars for knees down here. And that's a large constellation on the sky. It's big. The stars are bright enough that even from my light polluted backyard, I can find Orion in the southeast part of the sky on the 22nd. Those 3 belt stars, we've used them as markers before. Draw a line down toward the horizon, and the brightest star in the whole evening sky, Sirius, the dog star, is just below where Orion is. Follow the 3 belt stars in the opposite direction, and it will take you up to Aldebaran, brightest star in the constellation of Taurus the Bull. Aldebaran is about 65 light years away from Earth. Light travels fast, 186,000 miles per second, times 60 seconds in a minute, times 60 minutes in an hour, times 24 hours in a day, times 365 and a little bit days in a year. 1 light year, the distance is about 6 trillion miles. Aldebaran is 65 light years away from Earth. The light that leaves that we can see tonight left Aldebaran 65 years ago. back in 1966. Lyndon Johnson was the President of the United States. 3 Gemini missions that year practiced for going to the moon. A terrible tornado tore through Topeka, Kansas. And the broadcast series Star Trek premiered in 1966. Series only lasted about 3 years, but it's iconic in science fiction television. By Saturday the 23rd, the planet Mercury is at greatest eastern elongation. You'll notice again, looking toward the south, the moon has moved on, it's even fatter. Mars is still up there. The planet Mercury, being the planet closest to the sun, its orbit is smaller than Earth's orbit, and it moves much faster along its orbit than Earth does along ours. And as Mercury moves along its orbit, sometimes it appears on the right-hand side of the sun. We see it in the morning before the sun rises. Sometimes it looks like it's on the left-hand side of the sun, toward the east. Greatest elongation means that from where we stand on Earth, that's as far away from the sun on the left-hand side, eastern side, as Mercury is going to get. So that's the farthest from the sun, probably the best time for observing. Keep an eye out for that if the weather is clear on the 23rd. Please don't forget to visit Fernbank Science Center's website, www.fernbank.edu, for science information and information about our Friday night virtual planetarium programs. Thanks so much for listening. Have a great week.